Okay, in this quick video, we're going to take a look at computing IRRs with a TI BA2 Plus Professional. I think the same keystrokes would work for any TI BA2 Plus and maybe even your HPs. So the first thing I'm going to do is clear out my cash flow register. To do that, I'm going to hit the cash flow button and then hit this second button and the clear work. So that gets rid of everything in my cash flow register and I can start from scratch. If I look over here to the left, we're going to do first project A. And the very first cash flow at time period 0 is a negative 25,000. So I'm going to type in 25,000, hit the negative sign or the change sign, and hit enter to put it into time period 0. I hit the down key and I'm now looking at cash flow 1. That number is 5,500. I will hit enter to put it in there. I hit the down key and now it's asking me what is the frequency of that particular cash flow. It's only happening once, so I'm going to go ahead and scroll down to cash flow 2, which is 6,500. I hit enter. Again, the frequency of cash flow 2 is 1. So I'm going to go to cash flow 3. That is 9,500. I will hit enter. And this particular cash flow happens twice. 9,500 occurs twice in a row. And so I can hit 2 and enter, and it tells the calculator that cash flow is happening twice in a row. And then I can move on to cash flow 4, the fourth unique cash flow. In this case, it's the cash flow for time period 5, and the calculator is keeping all this straight. So we can just stick this in as the fourth unique cash flow. Hit enter. The frequency is 1, and so I'm ready to do my calculation. I hit the IRR button and then the compute button, and I will have the 15.92%. So that is project A. And let's go ahead and clear everything out for project B. So I'm going to hit the cash flow button, second clear work. And I need to start with the $18,000. It's got to be negative or else I'm going to get an error. So I'll enter that in. Cash flow 1 is 2,000. Frequency is 1. The next cash flow is 4,000. Frequency of that second cash flow is 1. The third cash flow is 8,000. I'll hit enter. Frequency is 1, so I'm ready for the fourth cash flow. Again, the way to think of this is the fourth unique cash flow. It only happens once, and so the last cash flow is 8,500. I hit enter, and now I'm done. The frequency is 1. Hit IRR, then the compute button. 18.60% is my answer. Now let me just show you real quickly what would happen if you didn't enter the first cash flow as a negative. So if I change the sign and then hit enter to put that into cash flow 0, now I have 18,000 as my very first cash flow instead of negative 18,000. If I march through all my cash flows to double check them, everything else is entered correctly. But if I hit the IRR button and compute, I'm going to get an error because I don't have any investment and I'm getting a whole bunch of positive cash flows. So it's basically an infinite return, an infinite IRR, and that can't happen. So you get an error from the calculator. So if that's what's happening, you need to check your signs. Again, I can just change the sign, re-enter that, compute the IRR, and we're good. So by the way, whenever you have the star, that tells you that you've got the final answer. In the absence of that little star, you still have to compute the final number. So that is calculating IRRs with TI BA2 Plus. And I'll see you next time.